Hi, everyone. It is Money Monday, and we are on at our new time for the next couple of weeks of 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And the reason for that is that I am going to be traveling for the next coming of weeks. And so I am today is a travel day for me. I'll be leaving in a few hours. Oh my gosh, I'm like just in the last throes of packing, and I'll be leaving in a few hours. I'll be in Amsterdam and then in Israel. And I am so super, super excited. But as you know, the changing a relationship with money is a full-time thing and it's an everyday thing. And just because I'm going on this adventure, it does not mean that Money Mondays are stopping. And it doesn't mean that I am not still talking about financial literacy and financial health. So we are just going to be doing it at a time that works for the places that I'm going to be in, because there's a huge time difference. And I'll be doing it pretty much at 8:30 p.m. in local time for wherever I am. So that roughly is around 1:30, which is why we're doing it now also for first day, because later I'm going to be on the plane and I won't be able to do Money Monday. But what I did want to talk about today is this month-long vacation that I'm taking, and how I was able to do that without going into debt. Most people, right, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you are not able to just one day decide you're going to go on a month-long vacation and have that happen without going into debt. So I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I was able to do this. So it starts with always paying yourself first. And I've talked about this a little bit, so I know most of you know the concept. But basically what that is before any of my bills get paid, before anything else, there's money that I set aside for myself and my needs. And I did this by setting up automatic transfers from my checking account every single week into a savings account. I do it with savings, I do it with investing, and I've created a buffer. Now, that was the first thing. So like I have a savings buffer so that I can be, not working for a month, or I can be away for a month and nothing crazy is going to happen and I have enough money to cover me. And if any emergencies happen, I've got money saved, which is actually pretty amazing because emergencies do happen. And it actually happened today where I got home and I went to my restroom and my ceiling is leaking in the restroom. And this has happened before, but it's from the condo above me. And the first mode is like, oh shit, what am I gonna do now? Do I have the money to cover it? I'm leaving right now. Who's gonna take care of this? And then I took a step back and said, wait, first of all, I have an emergency fund. I have insurance, and I have, a support system here that I've built for myself so that I can be gone. I mean, I have anyway somebody who's coming and staying and watering my plants, and they can help me. And I've tapped into my support system a couple of times in the last couple of days of just I had food that was going bad, and so, well, it wasn't going bad, but it was tons of fruits and vegetables, and they were all going to go bad if I left them in my fridge. And I was able to reach out to a friend, and they took those off my hands, and they used it as part of like this huge barbecue in Rockaway, and that was pretty cool. And then I reached out again to my support system when I realized someone needed to get paid and I hadn't taken out cash. And I was able to just like Venmo them the money and they took care of it. And so this is just one more time where I get, I can reach out to my local support system, and I had somebody coming to the house anyway, and I've already spoken to them and they're taking care of it. So I can still go away feeling okay, feeling comfortable, and feeling like nothing is going to fall apart while I'm gone. At the office, I have my office support staff. I have my employees who are going to be holding down the fort, and they know everything that they have to do, and they're going to be taking care of everything so that I can walk away and allow them to like flourish, which is pretty amazing. So that's the support system side of it. The actual financial side of it is, besides from my emergency fund, as soon as I decided that I was going to take this vacation, what I did was I figured out about how much money I needed in order to be super comfortable during the vacation, for flights, hotels, for miscellaneous stuff that I just wanted, like if I want to buy clothing, if I want to buy souvenirs, to go on tours, all of that stuff. I estimated how much it would cost me. And in order to estimate, I actually did a little bit of research and kind of priced out everything. Took down the total, and then I divided it by the number of weeks between the day that I decided to take the vacation and the day that I was leaving. And what I did was, that was the weekly amount that I needed to save in order to take this vacation and not go into any kind of debt and not have any issues. And why I did it by week, a lot of people find like they try to wait for like big life events to put away money. Like you get your tax return and you're going to use that money to either save or invest or go on vacation or buy that new piece of furniture or whatever it is that you want to do. I don't believe in that. I believe that that's great. That money you should be putting away, or you should be doing something that you want to do with it. But I believe in not waiting until you have these large amounts. What I like to do is break things down into smaller amounts and do it regularly. And that allows more time for your money to grow and ensures that it actually happens. Because inevitably, when you wait for like these big paydays or these big checks to come in, inevitably, like there's an emergency, something happens, like my bathroom ceiling just is leaking right now. Something is always going to happen. And if I had waited until I had a big chunk of cash to put away, this vacation might not have happened. So that's why I break it down into a weekly amount to save. Break things down into a weekly amount, and even if you do not hit that amount on any of the weeks, that's okay, because you're moving forward. It's still way better than if you had not saved anything. That's number one. Number two is, so 1 week you might have had a little bit more expenses. The next week you can make it up. But it gives you kind of a guideline, and you can budget for that. I'm all about doing the things that you want to do, just budgeting for them so that you can do them responsibly and you don't endanger your future because of something that you wanted to do. So I divided the total amount that I needed by the number of weeks that I had to save. And what I did was I created a separate savings account in an online bank, and I nicknamed it Month-Long Vacation. And so every time I saw money go into there, every time there was an automatic transfer, like, it felt really good. Like, I knew that this vacation was coming, and I was able to just earmark that money, and I gave it a purpose. My money became intentional in that moment, right? Before, it was just sitting in my checking account doing nothing. And I gave it a purpose by transferring it into that account and being intentional and saying, this is the money that's going to allow me to travel and to have the experiences that I want to have. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the money, right? It's about the people. It's about the experiences, and experiences stay in our minds and give us so much more happiness than a materialistic item will. I'll give you like a really kind of important example for me that taught me this. It was when I went to South America. I was 19 years old, and I decided that I was going to backpack through South America. And I had saved up money, and I was so excited. And that year, it was a while ago, so iPods had come out, and I believe that iPhones may have just come out, or I don't even think there were iPhones yet. They were just like iPods, and everybody had one, and I did not. And people kind of asked me, like, why don't you have an iPod? And I was like, oh, I had this like Motorola Razr or whatever that phone was, and I didn't have like an iPod. I didn't have like a music player or anything. Like, I had one of maybe like these really cheap MP3 players, something like that. And people were like, why don't you get yourself that? And I said no, because I'm saving up money so that I can travel. And I ended up spending 6 months backpacking South America. And I still think about those days all the time and how much fun I had. And I'm still friends with so many people that I met there, and I made these lasting, lifelong relationships. And every time I think back on those days, it fills me with so much joy and so much pride that I was able to survive for 6 months on my own without anybody's help in foreign countries where it could have been a disaster. I could have, my family, funny enough, took bets. They were like, bets on how long I was going to stay, because I bought a one-way ticket. And, nobody thought I was going to last more than 2 weeks. And I lasted 6 months with that money. And when I think about that, I am so happy and so proud of myself, but I don't think that anyone that bought an iPod or some other gadget or toy feels the same way. I guarantee nobody's thinking about that iPod that was around in 2006. People are just not it's a materialistic item and it loses its value so fast. But those experiences and that self that sense of self-esteem that I gained from being able to do this on my own and not having gone into debt and being able to have given myself that time, those experiences, that lifestyle for as long as I did, that will be something that stays with me the rest of my life and carries me through the rest of my life. I mean, I left that trip just knowing deep down in my bones that you can drop me in any place in the world and I will survive. I will be okay. And if I wouldn't have done that, then I don't think that I would be where I am today, because I wouldn't have that amazing, self-esteem, that amazing, almost backbone that I have. And it's because of the experiences that I've chosen in my life and that I've chosen to be intentional with my money and to put it towards experiences instead of things. And I think that those are the messages that I want to leave with you today, since I'm journeying off onto another amazing experience. And I want you all to be able to do the same whenever you want. So if you need any assistance, I mean, I'm still around. I'm still going to be here for Money Mondays. If you've got any questions about how I did this, any questions about how you could do it, how to nickname your bank account, whatever it is, anything, please post it in the comments on this video. If you're watching right now, you can post it. If you're watching on the replay, please feel free to post it. Also, if you feel like you need help healing your relationship with money, remember, I'm here and I am available to help you. I want to help you. I want everyone to have the lifestyle of their dreams. I want everyone to be able to go away on month-long vacations. I want everyone to be able to have these amazing experiences. Like, that is my mission. My goal in life is to create financially empowered people. So if you need that, please reach out to me. I have, you can be part of my online school and do self-study if that's what you want to do. Or I have group programs and individual one-on-one coaching. And I've seen so many people go from being so stressed out and feeling like they were out of control to living with this amazing knowledge and this amazing confidence that they now control their destiny and control their future. I mean, it's insane, but like, one of my clients just let me know that she is going to be out of debt she was going to be in debt for like the next 50 years, right? And she was able to, with the tools that I gave her, she's able to be out of debt in the next 3 years. Like, think about that. The difference between like being in debt for 50 years or being in debt for 3 years, because you understand how money works, because you understand how to change the relationship with money, because you've become intentional with your money and you have a plan, right? It's all about making a plan, and that's where I can help you. I can help you with that mental shift, and I can help you change the way that you think about money and start treating it like a tool. And that's what I want to do. I want to support you in this. So I am going to go and finish getting my stuff ready. I'm almost 100% packed, And then I'm gonna go off to the airport. And the next time that you see me, will I be in Amsterdam? Will I be in Israel? We'll see. Uh, I will definitely post pictures, and if you guys know anyone in Amsterdam or Israel and you want me to meet them, please let me know. All right? Have an amazing Monday, and I will see you soon. Bye.